Hello everyone, this is another requested video. This one is on the little girl Summer Wells, okay? Now I remember that case, but I don't remember any details or anything like that. But she went missing on June 15th of 1921. Now, she was born on February 4th. February 4th, okay? She was only 5 years old when she went missing, but she still hasn't been found to this day, okay? And this case, I was just looking up the details to bring back my memory, okay? I know she was playing in her yard. Um, she was young. I think she was supposed to go to the grandmother's house. Maybe the grandmother lived nearby, but I'm like thinking she was only 5 years old. That's pretty young to be going somewhere by yourself, okay? But I remember when I was 5 years old and I went somewhere, but I didn't go that far, okay? Didn't go across the street. But, okay, another thing too is that was long time ago before, okay? So there was a big difference. So that came to my mind. I was right, 5 years, and the way these people are snatching up kids and stuff. But anyway, we're going to do a reading on her. Someone requested that I do a reading on Summer Wells, okay? They didn't specify anything, and not that I know anything, but we're going to look and see what the cards tell us, okay? We're going to do true crime as well. Now, when I did look up this case reminded me, okay, of the two little kids, Jack and Lily Sullivan. This is what this case reminds me of, okay? Two young kids playing in the yard and somebody get them. And they're saying that it had to be somebody in the car. Okay. Well, they could tell because the kids wouldn't walk that far, especially they have it down to a science, okay, what their ages are and about how far they can walk, okay. So, in other words, they would have been found by somebody, and they weren't. So, likely, she was picked up. I do believe this happened in broad daylight. I am going to smudge my area because I want to, and see what the energy is with Summer Wells. And she's been gone so long. And it just reminds me of that case. Now, the parents have not been charged, okay? This was in Tennessee, by the way, back in 1921. Okay? Yeah, 1921. So she would have been 9 years old because it's been 4 years. So they have thrown some cars on her. Okay, so her energy's out there. What can you tell us about Summer Wells? Okay, let's get into this. Summer Wells, 5-year-old girl, went missing in Tennessee back on June 15th, 1921. And she hasn't been found since. Okay, Summer Wells. Her parents don't know where she is. Relatives don't know. What can you tell us about Summer Wells? Okay. What can you tell us? Is she still alive or is she dead? Okay. What's the energy surrounding her disappearance? How about that? Let's go with the disappearance. What is the energy surrounding the disappearance of Summer Wells on June 15, 1921? And this was, I believe, in broad daylight. Okay? I believe this happened. Oh, my. And the dad said he called her and she never came. And he said that's what drew his suspicion because she always came when he called. Okay? So, let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Underneath it all is sadness. Okay. That right there is the Four of Cups. Okay. So we have sadness surrounding her disappearance. Okay. At the bottom of this. And we also have guilt, remorse, regret. Okay. Um, now, that's probably something on the behalf of the parents, and remorse and all kind of stuff, feeling guilty and for letting a child that young. Okay, the only thing about the children is they can go there and come back, but if somebody intervenes their trip, it's so easy to do because they're so young and they cannot fight back. They just can't. Okay? So, the first card out is the Six of Pentacles. And this is maybe like this man here. Somebody made an offer. Okay? Maybe to the little girl. See, he's giving them candy. Okay. So it might have been someone she was familiar with. I don't know if the girl was really friendly or if she, if she took to strangers, okay, or she didn't. Will tell you. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this right here talks about the end of hardship. Okay, now I'm going to tell you right here, with these two cards right next to each other, okay, instead of the kid being given candy, it's more like the parents were given some kind of generosity, money, gifts, okay, and it improved their finances. They're right next to each other. We have the Magician in reverse. So there was some manipulation, trickery, and deception going on. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so they were lied. They were lied to. Okay, I'm taking it to parents. I'm taking it to parents because, yeah, this right here is the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, this talks about letting go of the past, focusing on the future, growing up, leaving home, maturity. This card talks about the Two of Wands, okay? It talks about paths, okay? The options, planning, decision making, okay? Immigration. It's suddenly leaving. And that's over the Six of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay? So we have some more corruption going on. This is not coming how I thought it would come out. Not that I had an idea, but I mean, it was just a missing child. I'm thinking, uh, murder and snatching and the chariot running away and all. But no, I'm getting that. What I'm getting here is some type of deceit, justice in reverse. Corruption. Dishonesty. We also have the Four of Swords. Sorry about that. I was in Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. Now this is like the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, you have a moment of clarity. Okay, yeah, finding mental strength. We have the Tower. The Tower over the nostalgia. Disaster, destruction, a sudden upheaval, trauma. We have, what is this? The Five of Swords. This right here is defeat, straight up. I was just wondering if the parents on this right here where I stalled, I was wondering were the parents drug addicts. I was just wondering. We have the the Seven of Swords in reverse. So somebody was trying to get away with something and they're getting caught. Now that's interesting. Somebody's conscience kicking in. That means, okay, if somebody's conscience is kicking in, somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. And then we have the Sun in reverse. More sadness. And we have the Chariot. So the Chariot represents, okay, overcoming obstacles, okay? And like I said, that's with the drug addiction. I wonder was it the parents drug addicts, okay, who have sobered up. We have the High Priestess, okay? So she's holding secret. Somebody knows something. And I think this is the first somebody. We have the King of Swords in reverse. That could be the dad. That could be the dad. This could be the mom. And both of them ain't right. The mom is holding the secret. The dad is had something to do with the little girl's disappearance. Is what I'm getting, allegedly. Okay? Yeah, for your entertainment purposes only. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, when I was saying that they were lied to, yeah, we have betrayal here. We have defeat. We have a defeat here. We also have a defeat and ending. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So we have a burden that, oh, and look at this. Isn't that interesting? The burden goes right on the card of the Ten of Swords, okay? Goes right on top of the seven. The Ten of Wands goes right on top. I get so excited. Okay, I can't even talk. It's going right on top of the Seven of Swords in reverse. The Seven of Swords talks about somebody's conscience kicking in. Now, with the Ten of Wands in reverse, a burden is going to be taken off. It's going to be unloaded. And that burden would be taken off of their conscience. Now, I don't know, but it seems like there may be a resolution coming. We have strength. The Sun is in reverse. Justice is in reverse. The Musician is in reverse. Okay? And then we have strength on top of all that, or underneath all that. So instead of going this way, I think this relates to this right here. The unsurmountable burden and the strength it's going to take to release that, okay? The strength of being betrayed and unsurmountable problems, okay? And this right here with the Nine of Swords, okay? Anxiety, depression, sleepless nights, okay? That goes on top of the Chariot, which is actually a victory. And to me, the Chariot goes fast. So to me, the Chariot is something coming fast. So maybe this victory, this release, unloading those burdens, okay, the conscience kicking in, it may be coming soon. Because this person is really stressing about it. Yeah, here we go. With the Eight of Wands, something coming in fast. Action. Wow, action coming in. I want to go in with true crime, okay? Because there definitely was a crime. I don't know who it was, okay? But there was a crime committed here. And I want to know, can you clarify this spread right here we have on Summer Wells, who went missing on June 15, 2021. That was only 4 years ago. Wow. Why does it feels so far, but 4 years is not that far? Can you tell us, what do you want us to know? Okay. Her mom and her dad don't know what happened to her. Now, the mom also had a sister that went missing, and I don't think she's been found. She from Wisconsin. This is in Wisconsin. What do you want us to know about missing Summer Wells? She would be 9 years old. And thank you for your answers. Summer Wells, what do you want us to know? Okay, so this has to do with something with water. Okay, um, water. My intuition is telling me, um, is giving me possibilities of being in water, near water. Hmm. There was a cleanup. It's saying strangulation. Uh-oh, child. Now I just shuffle the cards, but it just see okay. So basically, they're saying that she was strangled, okay, and she was thrown in the water, okay. They're saying a female, okay, and when I get cases like this, when the female comes up, it's usually the mother. There's a tunnel. Now, there's a tunnel meaning, okay, to me, this card could also mean hidden, okay? It could also mean hidden. We have serial killer, okay? Okay, so I don't know if she tried to run away, but she may have. I have a lie. Home, okay? What is telling me that when she was alive at home, and this crime apparently happened around the home, whether it was inside or out, outer space. So we'll take it as outside. Dismemberment and power supply. Fake death. Egotism and greed. So we have a landfill, something, some evidence of something may have been thrown out there, or okay, my intuition letting me know my intuition is on point, and then some of the things will probably burn evidence, and then we have spouse, partner. Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there at that. Okay, and summarize. Well, not the whole thing because I'm gonna do another clarification, but it's interesting that these cards come out. Okay, they're saying it was a child. She was strangled. Okay, uh, a woman who I feel would be the mother. Okay, she either had done something or she knows something. Okay, we have spouse, partner. Okay, so I take it they both are involved. It wasn't just one person. Um, I don't know what something has taken place with this child. Okay, I want to say she was sold. I don't know. Okay, but I want to say she was sold. Okay, and she may still be alive. Okay, um, the parents for money. For I don't, the parents needed money. I don't know. I get the feeling of drugs being involved back then. Okay, I don't get that feeling now. So um, there's guilt, an overwhelming emotional feeling of guilt. And the longer time passes, the heavier the guilt gets. Okay, so and I've smudged these cards, okay, before I started the reading, okay. So I am going to go in now with True Crime Oracle, just another true crime deck, okay, and ask on some more clarification on this. Now, it's like more than one scenario here, okay? Like I said, okay, allegedly she could have been sold it. Sold for your entertainment purposes only. Everything's alleged, which is I'm just reading the cards. And I'm getting strangulation and thrown in the water. Okay? But I'm also getting alive. Okay? Mm-hmm. And what else came with alive? There was some more cards that came with greed, and fake death. So I think what these cards are, it you can't tell what order this went in, okay? But there's some manipulation, like the cards say. Somebody's trying to get away with something that they were lied to, okay? They were deceived, okay? The girl may still be alive, okay? She could be deceased, okay? Um, the parents may not know the fate of the daughter, okay? They may have had something to do with her disappearance, but they may not even know her fate. What is going on? What can you tell us about Summer Wells, who went missing on June 15th, 2021? Okay. What do you want us to know about Summer Wells? And thank you for your answers. What can you tell us? Okay. In addition to what we have here, can you give us more clarification? On Summer Wells and her disappearance on June 15, 2021. Okay. Well, we have cemetery. That could be a place or a situation. Okay? As in, there's a cemetery nearby, or, okay, it could mean that they are deceased. We have a casino. Okay? So the same thing. It could be a casino nearby, okay, somebody gambling, or there's a gambler involved. We have a hook, okay. So kind of like a hook, it could represent being wheeled in Hook, line, and sinker, okay? Or it could be hooked on drugs, okay, or substance, okay? Or it could be hooked to make stay in place, like in the water, floorboards, okay? There's a ring, okay? So this could represent literally a ring that goes on your finger or some kind of sex crime ring, okay? There's an envelope, okay? Now this envelope carries a message, of course, okay? Now, I don't know what the message contains. Maybe it was because there was a missing persons file. There's a wiretap, okay? Maybe they were placed in the refrigerator before being thrown in the water. There are some scales, okay? And those scales are not balanced. It can also be drug related. There we go with the coin, money. Sink, something about the sink, okay? And window. Maybe somebody saw something and don't realize what they saw. And then we have the operating table. This one right here is so creepy, okay? Because they got the operating table. That makes me want to wonder, okay, well, what operation was this? Or maybe it was a crime operation. Because this makes me think of some organ transplants and stuff going on. Get me to wondering, okay? Yeah, somebody knows something. Somebody got the key to this. Okay. You got to go down the corridor to get to it. Prison. Ooh. I wonder, is this person in prison for whatever, another crime, okay? Or they may feel trapped, okay? They may feel like if I tell on you, I tell on myself. Drawer. I don't know what that's about. Drawer. Cigarette. Somebody smoked. Like I said, the fridge. And a child that young, okay, it's easy to store them in some type of refrigerator. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to be the parents. This is just telling you the energy, okay, that was involved. That who's ever fridge, okay, she probably was held there for a temporal amount of time. Okay, we have a wheelchair. So maybe the body was wheeled out. You know, they could have put her in one of them coolers that have the wheels on it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that. Magnifier. They need to take a closer look. Okay. And that's what I come up with for now. The energy surrounding Summer Wells. Give the video a thumbs up. If I touched on anything, on any truths, because I don't know. Okay, I really don't. Let me know. Um, but if you followed the case, you would know. But this is years old, and this little girl still has not been found. I mean, not a trace. Okay? Not nary a trace of this little girl has been found. Okay? So, with that said, any comments or requests that you may have, leave them down below. Most of all, stay blessed. Bye.